is like people are treating AI like it's the solution when it's just a tool. Like if you don't know how to prompt properly, but just as important, if you don't know how to analyze the back end, like you're not going to get something that's successful. Like the analogy that I use is if everybody woke up tomorrow and was using AI to create content, there's going to be winners and losers. Not everybody can win. But like the biggest piece of advice that I could give is like, you've got to understand storytelling structures, like understand how and why stories work. Like without that fundamental understanding, like you just said, you're throwing spaghetti at the wall, which is what most people are doing. And that's why they think virality is pure luck, because you are playing the lottery that way. And the challenge is even if you hit it once or maybe twice, you don't know why. And if you don't know why, then let's just say your hit rate is good and it's 1 out of 20 videos. Well, then you've got to produce 19 bad videos to get to 1 good video. Now, most people, it's like 1 out of 50, 1 out of 100. And just think about the amount of time, energy, and resources that you waste, when in reality, if you could just sit down, and I know it seems like a lot of work, but think about how much work it takes to create 50 videos, 100 videos. If you just sat down for, let's just say for like a few hours or take a week or 2 weeks at a bare minimum, and just start kind of learning some of the things that we're talking about of like, well, what makes this content creator successful? What happens when they're not successful? And just try and spot the patterns. Like that's where, you know, real success and consistency comes from.
Brendan, should we delete our non-performing social media posts?
I would say yes. I don't say it's a requirement, but again, if it's not doing a good job of telling a story and you know, people are flipping through. I would say more for short form, less for long form, because long form has a longer shelf life than short form. Short form's shelf life is very short. But from a short form perspective, like if somebody's on your profile and they're scrolling through videos, why would you want them to just stick with content that's not a great structure or story? So I would take those down. Maybe not for long form, because like videos have been known to take off 6 months or a year later.
So it's like you make 10 bad cakes and get rid of the 10 so people don't have a bad sample.
Exactly.
Okay, good. Do you think it's possible to go viral and get clients even without showing your face?
It's 100% possible. I would just say showing your face will tend to a stronger relationship with people and will tend to lead to more clients. And there's no definitive answer for anything, but there's people like Dan Coe that started off with, you know, kind of the animations and did really well with that. But he's now started to move towards, you know, putting his face in the content. There's a guy like Hunter Prosper that does Man on the Street, but he doesn't show his face. You just hear his voice. There's media companies like Vox that do kind of explainer videos through that. I would just like, I'm not pushing people in any direction. I tend to ask people the underlying question of like, what is behind the reason you don't want to show your face on it? Because typically it has nothing to do with social media.